I'm here at the Wargaming.net booth where we've got World of Tanks, World of Warplanes, and coming soon, World of Battleships. Let's check it out. HB Duran here, editor-in-chief of girlgamer.com, and you know where I am. I'm at E3 2012. I'm standing here in the Wargaming.net booth with Big Al here. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you very much indeed.
Awesome. This is an exciting year for Wargaming. We not only have World of Tanks, which is getting a patch here soon, we've got World of Warplanes, which just entered closed beta, which is doing fantastic, and we just saw a sneak peek at World of Battleships. So tell us what's going on in the world of BattleNet. You guys are taking over the world here.
Well, yes, one theatre of war at a time. I believe there's a T-shirt that says "Land conquered, skies in progress, and seas to come." So yes, we're working towards that goal. Yeah, it is a great year for us. One of the things we're celebrating is our phenomenal growth. So even as recently as GDC in San Francisco, we were at 24 million registered users globally. We're now over 30 million, so that's really quite phenomenal. And the great news for us is that over a quarter of those registered users are actually happy enough to get their credit cards out and spend money on us, which is great because it kind of it proves that we've got the balance right between allowing those that can't spend to actually grind their way to the top, but if you want to, then and like I say, a lot of them do, then they're happy to spend on premium accounts and premium tanks and premium ammo, which is great. Tanks, we are looking forward to the 7.4 patch at the end of June, which basically brings in 2 new game modes, including Capture the Flag, which is the one that the community have been asking for. And it also completes the French tech tree by adding in the tank destroyers and the artillery as well. So that's something to look forward to in tanks. More importantly though, from a personal point of view, as a token Brit, we actually bring British tanks to World of Tanks in the autumn-winter time. So as you probably know, the British invented the tank, so in the Queen's Jubilee year, we thought it was only appropriate to actually give her a present in the form of British tanks. So yes, you can expect to see all the famous tanks, the Comet, the Centurion, and the Cromwell and the Churchill, among others.
From what I've seen, it's been really impressive. And one thing I wanted to add in watching some gameplay was that it looks really impressive no matter if you're high up in the sky, in a dogfight, or if you swoop down and you're over the water. The graphics are fantastic. And so what are some of the things that maybe history buffs might look forward to as the game progresses, that as we get more planes?
Okay, so as with World of Tanks, we go to tremendous lengths to make sure that all the vehicles in-game are actually historically accurate. I mean, there are people we know who are looking at specific bolt types on the fuselage, yeah, and we have to get it right. So, on our payroll, we have full-time, military consultants who actually, kind of advise us and answer questions in the forums as well. But the actual development teams, a lot of them are naturally into militaria, so they know their history, they know their gadgetry, they know their engineering, and but they also do their research as well, whether that's online, offline, or going to the starting line and actually seeing real tanks and real planes. So yeah, a tremendous amount of research and passion goes into that, and you can see that from the way the vehicles look in game. Whether it's tanks or warplanes, everything about them is right. And then when you actually go into the game as well, the physics are accurate as well. So the tanks, the turning circles, their acceleration, their speed, all of that stuff is accurately modelled. Same with the planes as well. So the ME-262, by the time you get onto the higher tiers and you've got jet fighters, that thing will whiz past one of those traditional Sopwith pups with which is a biplane. So yeah, it's a proper job.
What would you like to tell people who maybe haven't heard of this game or have heard of Wargaming, but maybe thought, especially from a girl's point of view, oh, isn't this guy's stuff? What do you think is the most intriguing thing about these games? Why should people run out and go try it right now?
We range from kind of like early 20th century to sort of, up to the sort of 50s. But the sweet spot for us is World War II, and there's something about that piece of history that even now resonates with young, old, male and female. There are still stories to be told. There was a tremendous amount of engineering and technology that took place in that time. Some of it saw the battlefield, some of it didn't, and we love the fact that we can not only deliver the planes and the tanks that saw action, but even those that are in development, which never got out of the hangar or or of the garage. So, yeah, it's that combination of different subject matter from a historically compelling point in our history that I think widens the access point for so many people. Add in the fact that the game is free, unbelievably, and that helps as well.
And of course, I'm kind of a dreamer, and developers would probably have their heads explode thinking of the work involved in this, but just throwing it out there, I think it would be a cool idea to have all three of them in one world at some point of, being able to have a dog fight and then swoop down and attack the battleship, and then, the tank takes out that guy because he's being too much of a pain in the butt. But for now, you can switch between the two, and BattleNet will be getting an update here shortly. Do we know when that will take place?
No, I mean, like you, I think we're a fairly creative company, and we like to dream, and people have speculated about a united sort of wargaming universe at some point in the future. I mean, our priority right now is to really nail World of Warplanes so that when it does come out, it's every bit as good and as polished as World of Tanks. We've talked about battleships, which is in development. Let's get those sort of nailed first, and then we can all sit down together and work on that dream and see if it's could become a reality. But a dream at the moment, but it sounds like a good dream to have.